Thank you and good evening. President Steger and Rector Lawson, members of the board, parents, faculty, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2010, good evening. It's really a privilege to join you here tonight at Lane Stadium. As a former high school football player, I've always dreamed about what it would be like to be cheered on a college football field, and this is as close as I'll ever get. Now, I know this speech is the last obstacle standing between you and your diplomas. Mercifully, a speech does not have to be long. Lincoln's Gettysburg Address lasted a mere 5 minutes, and this speech will be only a few minutes more. I've had the opportunity to listen to a number of graduation speeches recently. My youngest daughter, Rachel, graduated from James Madison University last Saturday. And Sunday, I had the great privilege of joining President Obama for his commencement speech at Hampton University. I can tell you the graduates of Hampton will never forget who spoke at their commencement exercises. Now, I'm realistic enough to realize that that might not be the case for you. The presence of your loved ones here tonight and this great sense of satisfaction at having completed a rewarding journey will likely stand out in far greater relief than your speaker. But tonight, I hope to share with you a few simple truths for your consideration as you leave this great place and go out into an increasingly complex world. Here are 4 of them. First, life is precious, and it passes by too quickly. Plan ahead, but live each day to its fullest. Second, you should all use your unique God-given talents to serve one another, as that is the true measure by which your lives will be judged. Follow the golden rule. Third, this is an incredibly great state and nation, led by good people who work together daily to get great things done. But our future success depends upon your future involvement. And fourth, if you work hard, be honest, dream big, and pursue opportunity, you can truly achieve anything you want to be in the United States of America. So first, life is precious. We all learn that without taking the first class in college. Everyday life sometimes can seem tedious and difficult, but it is not. It is fleeting. It can be taken in the quickest of moments and in ways that we will never fully understand. This class and this community understands that all too well. There are 8 chairs that remain empty today, and each of them would have sat a fellow graduate ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities of the world. Instead, their lives were cut tragically short on that fateful day in April 2007. The pain this school and community feels is still real today. The terrible events of that day are etched in your hearts and minds. I will never forget being here that next day with the president, visiting students at the hospital with Dr. Steger, and talking to heartbroken families. After that day, we were all Hokies. Another chair also sits empty tonight. It would have been the seat reserved for Lisa Tabor. Lisa, who loved this school and who loved learning even more, passed away last week. But not before she earned her PhD in a great testament to the triumph of the human spirit. Lisa did great things with her precious time. That same perseverance that Lisa embodied can be seen today on this field. Not in the touchdowns of autumn, but in the 4 Hokies who were injured on April 16th and who graduate with you all tonight. Hillary Strollo, Heidi Miller, Justin Klein, and Kevin Stern. You have done great things with your precious times, and you have inspired us. Number 2, serve one another. A few weeks ago, I welcomed a brave young man to the governor's mansion in Richmond. His name was Heath Calhoun. Heath graduated from Grundy High School, not far from here. He followed in his family's tradition and joined the Army, eventually shipping off to join the 101st Airborne Division to serve in Iraq. While on patrol, Heath's Humvee was hit by a rocket-propelled grenade. He lost both of his legs below the knees. What followed for Heath was months of rehabilitation and recovery and the prospect of a lifetime in a wheelchair. But Heath chose a different path. He taught himself how to monoski. He became a spokesman for wounded veterans around the country, and through sheer will and grit and determination, he got out of the wheelchair to compete in multiple sports events across the country with prosthetic legs, winning silver medals in 2 recent track events. This year marked the first time a NASCAR race has been named after an individual. The Heath Calhoun 400 ran in Richmond, Virginia just a few weeks ago in recognition of Heath's tenacity, perseverance, and example. 2 days before the race, I welcomed Heath to the governor's mansion, and he told me this. He said, "I was proud to go to Iraq and give my very best for our country. That is what is expected out of Americans." Right now, all across Virginia, people are giving their best for their fellow man. You should do the same. They use their precious time to do great things for others. Every day, hundreds of people in this state go to their local food banks to volunteer. Thousands of police officers patrol the neighborhoods protecting you and me and others. Many go to work in jails. Others get involved in their church or synagogues or their mosques. A good number join the military. Some teach, some mentor. Serving others is the highest calling that we can have in this society. The scriptures say that the greatest among you is in fact the servant of all. So be great. Serve others. It is those countless acts of sacrifice and service that I believe are the hallmarks of American greatness. Number 3, this is a great nation. We need you. Get involved. There's an old adage that says, America is great because America is good, and if she ever ceases to be good, she will cease to be great. You graduate today in the freest and most prosperous and most vibrant and just nation in all the world. We should celebrate that fact more often. Yesterday, we commemorated the 403rd anniversary of the founding of this nation at Jamestown. Unfortunately, the James River could not get all the way to Blacksburg. For these last 4 centuries, especially the 234 since Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence, we have only been as strong as the measure by which people have been involved in and cared for their government and its policies. Edmund Burke once said something you should always remember. All that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. Democracy is not a spectator sport. It needs you. When my daughter was in Iraq in 2005, nearly 70% of all the people turned out to vote in those first free elections while facing snipers and IEDs on the way to the polling place. And yet that same year, when I was elected Attorney General, only 45% of the registered voters cared enough to go to the polls. Class of 2010, that is unacceptable. Get involved. Care about your government. Voice your concerns civilly but effectively. And vote and make a difference in your community. Virginia and America depend upon you and your fellow graduates. They depend upon you deciding that character and integrity and service to others and involvement in the life of your community and your nation will be the guideposts to your future, ensuring your greatest chances of success. And finally, work hard and dream big. America is a land of opportunities, not guarantees. This is what freedom is all about. Many of you have already selected your opportunities that lie ahead, while many are still searching. All of you will have opportunities in your life that are greater than you can ever imagine sitting in those chairs today. As Francis Bacon once noted, a wise man will make more opportunities than he finds. But that must start today with big dreams and a personal commitment to excellence and strong values. No matter whether your first job is as the receptionist or the president of the company, work hard every day to be your best and to pursue excellence. Because people will notice and new opportunities will come through your pursuit of excellence. And so many of your opportunities will come because of your character and your ability to get things done. To put it simply, character counts and results matter. Now, I know it is dangerous to quote Thomas Jefferson at Virginia Tech because he founded that other university in Charlottesville. But I can tell you, as the second governor of Virginia and the third president of the United States, he did provide great guidance about character when he said this: God has formed us as moral agents that we may promote the happiness of those with whom he has placed us with in society, by acting honestly towards all, benevolently towards those who fall within our way, respecting sacredly their rights, bodily and mental, and cherishing especially their freedom of conscience as we value our own. The world is hungry, if not desperate, for leaders with character and a heart for service to others. So as you walk away from Lane Stadium tonight, you'll step into a complex and diverse world that contains challenges but unbridled opportunity for you, class of 2010. I'm confident that even in a tough economy, you will find great opportunities out there in New York, in Beijing, in London, and Los Angeles, and more importantly, in Richmond and Roanoke and Radford and Reston. And let me just be clear about this as governor of Virginia. If you get offered jobs in Raleigh and Richmond, choose Richmond and pick Norfolk over New York. So today, before you accept this diploma for which you've worked so hard for 4 or 5 or more years, I put the simple truths in front of you. Think about them from time to time as you encounter the peaks and valleys of life that will surely come. Parents and families, I salute you for the love and support that you have given to your children, your husbands, your wives, your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles, your nieces and nephews that graduate tonight. And specifically for the parents here tonight, congratulations on the pay raise that you get tomorrow. So 2010 graduates of Virginia Tech and leaders of the Hokie Nation, I congratulate you. I commend you on what you have already accomplished. With hard work and divine providence, you will succeed in making your mark in the world, and Virginia and America will be better places because of you. God bless you, and go Hokies.